that money, what we get into. Show more. About that money, get residuals. Show more.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes. They go.
Ooh la la, we
go.
Ooh la la, we
She go.
Ooh la la, we
They go.
Ooh la la, we
Ooh la la, we Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like where the bread. What it do, YouTube? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. If it's your first time, then please wipe your feet, then come on in. Over here, we deal with the sports, hip-hop, interviews, Popavisms 101, and motivation. If that sounds like something you can rock to, then before you take your ass up out of here and exit, kindly, for your boy, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. Yeah. And if it's not your first time, and you've been rocking with the channel, been supporting the channel, been showing love to the channel, then you know we appreciate you, because without no you, wouldn't be no us. But you know how we do. You know how we start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people, because apparently DANNYBOY, not the one that was with the girl named Sarah in one of his cars. I think this one's a Vivera, like off the Slick Rick album. Like, oh yeah, off the Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick. Not that DANNYBOY, but the other DANNYBOY from the West Coast. Was down with Death Row and all that. Suge Knight. So apparently he comes out in, last couple days and said he was smashing MJ. Yeah. MJB, I mean Mary J. Blige. Oh yeah, from Yonkers, 411. What's the 411, hun? Huh, yeah. One of my faves, like one of my favorite R&B, like, you know what I mean? What about my honey Mary? Them jeans, they fitting like a glove. Had a crush on you since real love. And whether you believe him or not, if you're already familiar with the story, I mean, he, his old Vlad interview was out, when he's talking about coming out, being, a gay man now, etc., being divorced, having 2 sons and a daughter, and just recapping, the Source Awards, the annual Source Awards, when Suge went up there and was like, if you tired of, your producers and all that being in your videos and shimmying y'all around and all that, y'all familiar with it. It was just real interesting to hear him recap what took place with him and Mary J. Blige. And what's interesting about it to me is, again, whether or not you believe him or not, me personally, I don't think he has any reason to lie. Like, kind of, his life is in the public eye. Like, he seems full transparency. Like, he seems like he's dealing with full transparency, like the POPAVIST show. Yeah. Like, over here, we dealing full transparency. That means if you're not hiding behind that little avatar, the little blank pictures and shit, then we can see you, and you definitely can see me, because my shit is open. It's not private. Come on in. I don't think he got no reasons to lie. Like, you ain't got to lie, Craig. It's not Friday, but I'm going to get you high, Craig. I don't see the end game on why I come out now and make lies and slander people's name, because that's what we always get when we hear women. Let's reverse it. Like Boomerang, reverse it. Don't be whipped by that pussy. Whip that pussy. Like, you know what I mean? Like rest in peace to the great one. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Let's reverse it. Let's say when it's women, right? Years go by, 15 years, 20 years. Then they come out like, yeah, you know, because XYZ happened and I was taken advantage of. And for the women that are truly, you know, taking advantage of them, obviously that's not a good thing. We want them to come out. We want them to get justice. We want them to feel safe, comfortable, and, you know, go through the process of getting their accusers, you know, held to justice. I think everybody wants that, you know, ultimately, you know what I mean? Unless you're just a scumbag. But with that being said, when it's the guy, normally it's never really the guy. Let's start with that first. Normally it's never really a guy that comes out and say, you know, I was abused, I was you know, coerced into doing something I really didn't want to do at a young age. And, you know, a lot of that is the double standard reason, because for guys, I know, speaking for me, coming up in the 90s, you know what I mean? Like, at my age bracket as a teenager, that was points. Put your name on the high board if you could get somebody that's older. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you 16, 17, and you can get a female or a woman that was 23, 24, 25, something like that, to jack the swag, oh yeah, you was the man. So, you know what I mean? The playing field is a little different when it comes to these double standards of, you know, what's acceptable, what's frowned upon, what's looked at with the side eye, like, Because when it's a guy, it's like, oh no, this nigga going to jail. This nigga's a pedophile. This nigga's taking advantage. You know, this person is a predator. You know what I mean? In a lot of cases, they are. Let's keep it a buck. Let's talk real talk. They are. But when it's the woman, or, you know, it's women, you know what I mean? Plural, it doesn't hit with that same feeling. Like, it don't hit different. Like the song, this shit hit different. Yeah, it don't hit with that feeling I be talking about. Because it's women. And guys, you know, we view it through a different lens. Now, I'm not saying that the lens that we view it through is right and exact, is accurate, and it's the moral high ground. I'm just saying, when I was coming up, and I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. You know what I mean? And so, cheers to that, Tony Starks. Even though that's Dr. Strange. When you got an older joint, that's why we lied about our age, you know what I mean, a lot of times. So we could try to get older joints. You know what I mean? Boy, stop playing like on the Jewels when he like, she looked at me and said, boy, your game is tight on that. Hey, ma, we gonna get it right. And I like, he said, yeah, don't touch nothing, sit in the car. Like, you know what I mean? Game at a younger age to try to spit game at older women, to rock with young boys. And there's a lot of predatory women out there as well. Let's be clear. Let's not you know, act like it's not. It is. I have a lot of my mom's friends, you know, at this time that I'm speaking about, oh, Anthony's so handsome, he gonna be a handsome young man, and, you know, they want to touch your face and, you know, things of that nature. You know, when they in the house, make sure they come peeking in your room and all that and see what's going on, being nosy, seeing, you know, who you got company with and what's going on. And even when you see them out in the streets, as you know, you start being in the streets more. You see, you know, the women around your way, you can see the look. Scorpios, we the best. Shh, it's a secret. You know what I mean? DJ Khaled and another one, we the best. This thing's happen in the community, and I'm being funny, but I'm not, as I always say on the channel. It's predatory of women as well. And I'm not saying Mary J. Blige was a predator. I'm saying what he was saying. And DANNYBOY's like, yeah, I was 15, 16. And Suge hit a nigga on the bat line like, oh yeah, Mary said, come up. You know what I mean? And when he detailing his story, like, yeah, we was laying in the bed together. She was scooting her butt on me, and I was kind of like scooting away, not really sure, you know what I mean, of what to do. Like, then she laying her head in my lap and all that. We just chilling on the couch, you know what I mean? And yeah, that part. What's y'all thoughts on that? Like, is she a predator now? We gonna start campaigning for her to be locked up? Are we going to see if there's any more young teenage adolescent boys that this happened to? Or is it like, man, shut up, man. You got to be with Mary J. Blige and you shouldn't even be saying nothing. You should be silence, I say. You should, what, Mary, what? Silence? No names. 1.5. No serial numbers. Say yes or no. Y'all know I always love quoting the Purple Tape. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah, you know what I mean? Only built for Cuban links, Ray and Ghost. 1.5. No names. So Should he shut the fuck up and not even be saying nothing? Or is this his life and he's now getting out his story, whether years later or not? Are we looking at him with the side eye like, nah, bro, I'm not feeling that? Or is it like, yo, yeah, bro, it happened to a lot of us. I know a lot of young brothers, well, they're not young now, but when we was young, that had sex with older women, self-included. You know what I mean? When you start dabbling into these worlds, like, oh, she like me. You know what I mean? Like me. Yeah, but she 24, 25, 3 kids, 1 married, 16. That's a whole nother story. Like, nigga kicked in the door, some Biggie Small shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared as a motherfucker. I ran too. After that, it was quiet for me with her after that. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that was a crazy story. But yeah, kids, married, dealing with some teenage adolescent nigga. You got a whole husband. You know what I mean? He definitely wanted to kill me. You know what I mean? But it happens. I didn't view it as like, oh, I'm being taken advantage of. I was with the shits. And there's a lot of young guys at that age that was with the shits. I'm sure it's some that's not, that don't want to, be with that. But still, it goes down in the DMs. It still goes down. So what are your thoughts on Danny Boy's new revelation? This is the first time I've heard it. I haven't heard it prior to last couple days. Do you look at it different than R. Kelly, than obviously Bill Cosby, which I also go see the other video I did on Bill Cosby, because he denied his parole. Like, listen, I'm not with the shits. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to be right here, and I'll let y'all swing back. Did that sway your opinion of him? Because his case is a little different. One, it was drugs involved, like put Molly's all in her champagne. She didn't even know it. But when the Charlemagne the God, speaking of me, when Charlemagne, you gotta stop calling him that. That Judge Joe Brown interview he did with Kwame Brown, that was an eye opener. Like, oh, this is where you got your name from, Negro? Okay. See you, Jim Jones, and certain people that take little names and all that be meaning some other old wild shit. Try to put your spin on it. I mean, Tony, there was no other way. Y'all know in the movie when he do that, right? That's why I do that. When he's finally deciding to give Thanos the time stone, yeah, he like this. There was no other way. You know what I mean? When these guys pick these names and put their little spin on it thinking it means something else. Oh, no, the history is the history. I don't know why he chose that name. But allegedly, he was 22 and the young lady was 15. It was drugs involved in that as well. Alcohol is considered a drug, and I guess so is Spanish fly. At that time, that's what it was. Or that's when you go to the store and try to get a girl horny and all that. Like a lot of shit they put out there in the community for us to fuck ourselves over. Like, oh, this is what you was doing. This is considered date rape, and this is, yeah, you can go to jail for this. You know what I mean? You don't know no better. Yeah, you can go to jail for this. Selling that shit right in the corner stores. Thinking that shit gonna get you horny. You don't need none of that shit as a kid. You already horny. You know what I mean? Hormones is already raging. But again, the R. Kelly, the age factor, when it's a woman or it's a man, and they both 24, and the other party is 16, 15, it's still statutory rape. RPA, you know what I mean? Like, it's still that. Now, the guy the male may still be wanting to indulge because, it's like, oh, I ain't got to look at porn. I don't got to look at no magazines. I don't got to keep hearing my friends talk about all this crazy shit. I can actually partake. Oh, I'm going to do that. And I'm not even going to talk about when the crack hit hard, you know what I mean? Even though it hit hard, and then I'm talking about from my age bracket where I grew up at, how many young hustlers or people that was out that was hitting older women, giving them a little something to get, you know what I mean? A little topping tin or a little boxing tin. That went on rampantly. That went on like crazy. People could write books on this, on the whole dynamic of that. I'm one of them. Full transparency. Oh, you thought Lee was going to sit up here and lie? Oh, no, I told you I'm full transparency about the shit I want to talk about. And if I don't want to talk about it, then you ain't going to hear about it. Somebody else will be bringing it up, and I'll be like, no comment, or I ain't never mentioned that on my channel. So what we talking about? What they talking about? Oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't say certain names when it comes to situations, so you don't never know who I'm talking about, like in the books. Names, places, and street corners was changed to save the identities of the, you know what I mean? Yeah, that part. But that went on rapid back in the days when I was coming up. Rapidly. Like if you was getting fronted on in school, then that's definitely an easy way. Like, oh, I got XY. I know who's doing what and what building on what block. I'm going to go get some Toppington. Yeah, because she's good for it. Here you go. Yeah, that part. Yeah, we got to talk about these things because these are the things that shape and you know, construct people's mindset on sexuality, views on women, views on men, the dynamic between both age groups and all that. All of that's in the vacuum when you look at that dynamic of, you know, exchange for something. You know what I mean? Prostitution, crack for sex, and the age. You know what I mean? A lot of older women, and I say older, obviously, if you're 16, 15, 17, 18, and you're dealing with women that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 32, coming to, you know, top you off. Yeah, that part. It's your boy, POPAVIST. You now tuned in. POPAVIST TV, that's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.